Hello, friends, and welcome to the season-ending finale for the Tuesday Night Live show. This is October 26, 2021. Tonight's show is brought to you by StufferSanta.com, SchoolOfSantas.com, and Sleigh Driver Apparel Company. And our special guest this week will be mostly videotaped from past guests of the season show. If everyone want to stick around with us, because we'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to be with you tonight. As always, I'm Santa Bob McMasters, and welcome my co-host at this time, Santa Barry Cummins.
Hey, everybody. Good to be with you, man. It's a happy night, and it's a sad night, too. What a pleasure it's been these past few weeks to be with you here on Tuesday nights. Thank you for being with us. Good to see you tonight.
That's right. And everyone say hello to Elpa Angela, our producer. She's got her microphone muted so we don't get any feedback tonight. So, guys, our Tuesday Night Live show has found its last night before our season break. Like I said, Barry, it is so bittersweet, and we are so appreciative and grateful for most of all humbled by your compliments and positive comments as viewers, guests, and friends. So this week, let's get started. And we've got John Shuey and Derek Dugan waiting backstage to come on. We'll bring both of those guys on here shortly. Over to you, Barry.
All right, everyone. If you would, reach over there and give us a like and share. Share this stream. Help build the viewership of tonight's show. We know you got a choice with the time, and we appreciate you being here with us on Tuesday nights. And now we're going to go over to do some Tuesday Night Live trivia. All right, here we go. Have your fingers ready? The man who voiced the Grinch in How the Grinch Stole Christmas was most famous for playing what popular Hollywood monster? The man who voiced the Grinch in How the Grinch Stole Christmas was most famous for playing what Hollywood monster? See how fast we get that one. And of course, as always, our first trivia question is sponsored by Sleigh Driver Apparel.
That's correct. And the winner will get a prize from Derek Dugan.
There's the winner right there, Frankenstein. Does anybody know who the actor was?
Yes, Scott Martin has the actor up there, and so does Dana.
Boris Karloff was the actor. His real name was William Henry Pratt, but he went by the stage name Boris Karloff, and he played several different Frankenstein characters, and also I believe he played the Mummy one time.
Yeah, he played quite a few different monster and horror movies, different roles and things, but the most famous one was definitely Frankenstein. You know, another one of my favorites from back in that era was Lon Chaney Jr., who played a number of different characters also, including the Wolfman.
Absolutely. Those are some great movies.
All right.
Well, everyone, please welcome tonight's special guest to the Tuesday Night Live show. He's no stranger to our show. He's our friend and sponsor from Sleigh Driver Apparel. Welcome, Derek Dugan.
Hey, good to be here with you guys.
Good to see you tonight, brother.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, now you're going to get proper with us. I see.
Hey, PC matters.
It really does nowadays, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Well, hey, my little brother, and of course, that's an inside joke. A lot of people had said in the past, me and Derek look like brothers, so we just adopted that. Back in the Sat Bob's class in Dixon, Tennessee, I asked him, I said, so which one of us is the older brother and who's the younger brother? Turns out I'm the older, he's the younger. That's all right. We love him anyway. So right up front, I want to say thank you for everything. From being a great friend to now sponsoring this show and for coming on with us tonight again in the studio, Derek.
More than happy to. I think all of you have done a tremendous job from the very beginning. You've grown. I think the Santa community needs something like this on a regular basis, and I think as thought leaders in this industry, you've done a great job, and I can't wait for next year to happen as well.
It's going to be fun. Well, if anyone would like to become one of our sponsors for our upcoming 2022 season, just contact Bob or myself, send us a PM, or contact us at satbobschool@yahoo.com, satbobschool@yahoo.com. Bob?
That's great. Well, our first show was a round table, so we're just going to jump right past that and jump right into episode 2. Episode 2, we had our first guest on, Gordon Bailey. He's the founder of Sat Bob's Technical Training School, the author of all the books. And he, just to give you an update on Gordon, he couldn't be here tonight. He recently moved into a new apartment a few months back and still does not have internet service there. So he couldn't be with us, but our thoughts and heartfelt thank you to him for everything that he's done and for giving us, the school to work with and an outlet to teach and share with others. So let's move on to the second show, or actually our third show, and that would be Chrissy Kovic was our second guest on the third show. She's with CostumeMagic.com. And her and hubby Scott Martin sent us a short video, so let's go to that now.
Hi, it's Chris
and Scott
with Costume Magic. We just wanted to wish you a joyous and profitable Christmas season. We still have a few things left for immediate sale, so if you need anything, give us a holler at CostumeMagic.com. Sat Bob's is looking at doing some great classes next year. I can't wait to see all you folks in person. Thank you and have a very Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Fantastic. All right, Derek, we're going to let you do the next segment if you don't mind, brother.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Very excited. This episode 4, number 27, was one of the shows that had an incredibly fun guest because of the cool work he does, not only in the shop, but with his foundation. Courtney Lofton and his Red Sled Santa Foundation is such an inspiration to us all. Now, Courtney did send us a video, so let's all watch it and see what he's cooking up now.
I'm so excited to be part of this. This is like the last of the season. Well, welcome back to Tuesday Night Live. Bob, Angela, Barry, you guys do a great job. You're so enthusiastic and you're doing fun things, which is great. It kind of gives you something to look forward to on Tuesday. So keep up the great work. You're doing a fantastic job. And again, thanks for letting me come in here and bop around the workshop and show you what's going on. I'm so excited to be here again, so thank you. Right now, I'll just give you a quick idea of what's happening. We've continued on with the initiative of filling up these boxes for Samaritan's Purse. We've done 500 boxes, and we got a really good head start this year. I'm so excited about that because we now are doing two new things this year. One of them is actually they're both the very first, but one of them we're actually going to implement as a part of something regular in our foundation. We are now donating toys at Christmas time. We've had a lot of inquiries come in, and we started processing those gifts. They're mail order. We have to put the boxes together, and we've got to ship them out. I'm so excited about it. And another thing that is pretty major that we're doing is we've partnered up with the Los Angeles Police Department, and we're bringing in the junior cadets and the PALs. This is going to be a wonderful event. They'll have over 400 kids passing through this space here. And what we're doing is our very first Santa's Workshop mission. And what we're going to do is teach them how to assemble toys. This is like giving from the hands and from the heart. We're gonna build some wood toys. They get to detail them, package them, and then put them inside of these other boxes that we'll be sending out. We've got our workshop space getting ready for toys. And now I can show you. Thank you, Derek. What a fantastic job you did there. Derek Deargan again. I'll take you on a really quick snippet video of some of the preparation on some of the wood toys. There's 4 of them, but one of them I'm just going to show you now. So enjoy the video. I wish you all the best season, and thank you all for allowing me to be part of it. And Merry Christmas. Have fun. God bless.
I tell you, Courtney is something else. He is so multi-talented, and that little toy that he's going to help bring to other children and show them how to make is incredible. I sat and watched that 2 or 3 times. Now, sorry, the video was a little twitchy. It was longer than StreamYard will allow us to have, so we had to kind of play it in a different format, and that was our fault again. All right, guys. So, at this point, let's take a little short breather here because it's time for us to do the Tuesday Night Live special product announcement. So stay with us for just a moment. We're going to do this. tell you know what time that means. It means it's time for the Showstopper special. So at this point, let's go out to the head clown at large and in charge. He's got a special deal for us tonight, Spangle. I'm glad you got those on because I had promised you were going to demonstrate them. So over to you, brother. Hello, Daisy May.
Hey guys, how you doing? Yeah, we got the new gloves in. These things are like way long, man. They're really cool. Hey, what we're gonna do, since today's the last day, right? So we're gonna make today the last day of the sale too, okay? These gloves on our website are $7, okay? Shipping is $8. Today, anybody that mentions you guys and PMs me, we're gonna give them to them for $5.
Wow.
Oh, Daisy May saying no. But hey, what she don't know, I'll be packaging orders tomorrow. You know, she won't even know what comes through. But anyways, $5 a pair. These are really, really long. Hey, Derek Dugan, you'll like this.
I love it.
The logo.
Love it.
Yeah, they put the logo on all the gloves. Look how long these things are, man. They're like almost unheard of.
Yeah, that was amazing. I actually need some.
Yeah, these are, and you know, on the size, we're guessing about an XL because I just gave them numbers, okay? And so I just put on there XL. It's the only size we carry. You had to buy so many of per size, but it seems to be the most favorite size anyways. Really super long. I love them. And they seem like they're really stitched better. And I think the material is even thicker than our normal cotton gloves. Anyways, Bob, man, we have had a blast doing the show, and we can't wait for next year.
Well, it's just a couple of months. We're not going away for very long. So, you know, thank you again for all you and Daisy May have done for the show, as well as Derek. You guys have really helped propel us to the next level. Now, I can attest on the gloves. Back in July when we was in Branson, Spangle had a pair that he was showing off up there. I tried them on. My fingers are a little bit smaller than his, but they fit well. They are great material, and they are stitched a lot better than a lot of them that we've seen in the past. And, of course, the length is what I like most of all because with a parade coat on, if you don't have a long sleeve shirt on, that parade sleeve wants to drop down on you, and then you see these old hairy arms, you know. So we like for just this to show as far as skin.
They're not too far from your elbow, you know. I mean, they're nice. I'm just excited about them. I got tons of gloves I've been using every year, and this year I'm only going to use these.
Well, I told you to save me some because I hadn't made my order yet, but I'm going to as soon as the show's over. I've got a ton of things to catch up on.
$5.
Ah, look at that. She's on board now. She just said it.
Take the club and hit him on the head and knock him back into reality.
Hey, we thank you guys. We love you guys. Can't wait. Derek, I'm waiting on my shirts.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. They're already ordered.
Good to hear.
Yep.
Now,
Everything went
did
through.
you use the discount?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not giving you all my money. Dude, I don't know. What is today's date?
The 26th of October.
26th of October. Hey, this guy over here, this guy right here, don't want you all to know, but if you go to his Etsy thing, fall 10, man, you'll get 10% off. But don't tell him I told you. Yeah.
No, hey, listen, I encourage everybody to use that. I mean, listen, anything you can save it. And
that's right.
And, you know, fall 10. That's
Fall
that's
10.
A penny
That's right.
saved is a penny earned, guys.
Yep.
Elf Angela was over doing some Christmas shopping for me today, so
The sale is only till through today. And actually, if anything comes through overnight while I'm sleeping or whatever, I'll honor it in the morning. But yeah, since it's the last show, last day.
Very good. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Y'all have a
Merry Christmas.
safe season.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Hey, are you
You
going
are
to do?
watching the Tuesday Night Live show with Bob Berry and Angela. Sponsored by StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com, where you can find everything you need to support your Santa and Mrs. Claus business. Remember, if Spangle ain't got it, it doesn't exist. So contact Spangle at StuffForSanta.com today. Now back to the show.
Were you going to ask me if I was going to do the trivia?
Yep, absolutely.
I can do the trivia, but it probably isn't your trivia because I didn't print it off.
Oh my goodness, because it was a good one. You want me to read it then?
Okay, or how about we do two?
All right, that sounds good to me. It's your money.
All right.
All right, well, let's go with the one I've got first.
We're going to give out 2 pairs of gloves to whoever gets your answer.
Okay, so mine is associated with the School of Santa in Branson. Your Sunday afternoon entertainment is Elvis, correct? The last 2 years, and will be for the 2022 Branson.
Last 3 years. Last 3
Okay.
years.
So here's my trivia question. What was the name of Elvis Presley's pet chimpanzee?
They can Google that.
This is a good one. I had to search and search, but I come up with this one and fell in love with it.
We're giving away 2 pairs of these gloves, guys.
A pair for my question, a pair for Spangle's question, right?
No, we're going to give 2 away for each.
Ooh, my Casey Nathan will strangle you.
Oh, she hit me, guys.
It's not Bozo. I was like, Elvis had a pet chimpanzee.
You know, Elvis had quite a few animals.
It was called Lisa Marie.
There we go, Chrissy.
Chrissy got it. She gets 2 pair of gloves.
The answer is Scatter.
That's correct. And a little backstory on that. Scatter was a chimpanzee that Elvis bought in 1961. He had previously been owned by a Memphis TV personality, Captain Bill Killebrew. Scatter hung out with Elvis and his friends, and Scatter even wore his own human-like clothes.
Wow.
Cool stuff, huh?
I imagine Scatter got to enjoy some of those fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
I bet he did too. All right, Spangle, over to you to do yours.
All right, everybody knows who this is behind me. Who is that?
Daisy May.
Daisy May. How old is Daisy May?
32.
29.
Boy, Derek's trying to get on the good side, isn't he?
Always.
Nope, because I'm going to tell you what, okay? This is also Gloria. I didn't ask how old Gloria was. I asked how old Daisy May is. That's her clown character.
You can always bet that Spangle was working an angle.
Yeah, it's her clown character. How old is her clown character?
So we've got 27, 26, 29, 21, 19.
Lower.
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 I want you to say your little thing.
Lower than 19, people. Higher than 1 and lower than 19.
That makes me think of the limbo.
We should have music for this.
Yeah, not 10.
Yeah, Jeopardy music.
There you go.
Or the clown music again. Got
Anybody
12,
get
got
close?
15.
It's on the internet. It's in a lot of spaces on the internet, so it is searchable.
They're going prices right on you now. They're counting them
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
Anybody hit it yet?
Nope.
Well, I've known them for 10 years, so I can tell you that much.
There it is right there. Facebook user 3.
Do we know who that is? Facebook user with the 3. Type in your name for us.
Come in here.
Whoever that was that had
Okay,
3,
here,
type your name
here.
in for us.
Talk.
My name is Daisy May, and I'm only 3 years old. I'm going to stay 3 years old forever because it's too much responsibility to turn 4. You see, I'm old enough to walk and talk, but I'm not old enough to do housework.
So find out who that Facebook user was, Bob, and let me know.
Was it Mark Walker? Mark, was that you that got the 3? Give us a yes if it was you.
Mark Walker.
Mark Walker.
All right, very cool.
Congratulations.
3
Mark.
years old.
How did he find out?
She went from being a man one day to a 3-year-old the next week.
Well, we're going to
Let's
be
see.
excited to find out what happens next then.
Right. Well, anyways, we thank you guys. You guys all have a great season. We'll talk to probably most of you before then. And
Howdy.
just get me the information later, Bob.
Okay, we'll do. Thanks, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, so let's pick up where we left off at episode 5. It was the week that Santa Scott Seriton and myself went to Douglas, Georgia to pick up Spangle's new almost 40-foot trailer mobile store, which he now has in use. In a horrific thunderstorm, it rained from Dallas all the way to Montgomery, Alabama, and rained all night long. And I'm talking about flash flooding, lightning, thunder. It was unbelievable. And we had on that show a guest host, and that was Mitchell Allen, and Barry and Ron McClam and Scott and I joined. They were on the show with Mitch, and then Scott and I joined by telephone. We kept looking for enough bars to get on. We're right down to the 7 o'clock time frame, and we come into a little bitty town, and there was a grocery store, gas station with a little pizza parlor in the back, and we had 5 bars. I told Scott, slide in right here. He literally slid in. We keyed up, got on the show, and of course it was one of them deals where it wasn't real good reception, but we were there. So anyway, Mitchell Allen sent us a video, so we're going to watch that at this time.
Mitch Allen with Hire Santa. I hope that you're having a wonderful week. So excited just to spend a few minutes to say hello to all the Santas, Mrs. Clauses, elves, and other Christmas entertainers out there. At Sat Bob's, I was a guest for 1 week. I was actually a guest host even on another week. They do a terrific job, all about educating Santas on the business of being a professional Santa Claus. And so that's so very important. And Bob and Barry and Angela just do a terrific job. So hats off to the team there at Sat Bob's. And these Tuesday broadcasts really help the community stay together. And I think that's so important for the community to really stay together. I want to wish for myself to all the Santa Claus entertainers and Mrs. Clauses and elves and other entertainers out there. I hope that you have a safe and healthy holiday season full of love and joy, and are really able to spread the joy of magic and bring the season to life. At Hire Santa, we have our State of the Season sessions on Thursdays, every other Thursday, as well as have a great Facebook group. And it's really all about a community. And the Santa Claus is just a wonderful community that I'm so happy and proud to be a member of. So from myself and from all the other elves here at Hire Santa, we hope that you and yours have a very merry holiday season full of love and joy. May all of your Christmas dreams come true. A Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mitch. Thank you so much for those kind words, buddy. Appreciate you.
Mitch does such a great job over again. He was the inspiration for our show, and he still supports us. We support him any way we can. If you haven't caught his show on Thursdays, be sure and get over and do that, and enjoy what he has to offer there. Barry?
All right, episode 6. We had tonight's in-guest studio, Derek Dugan. Derek, will you tell us about your plans for the season and a little about your new products you have introduced in recent months to the Sleigh Driver Apparel brand?
Oh, man, I'd love to. And actually, this is kind of a surprise, so thanks for the opportunity. Sleigh Driver really took off in January of this year. I just kept seeing all the wonderful things that everybody else was producing for Santas and Mrs. Clauses and even elves alike. And I was just inspired by all the talent that we have in this community. It's absolutely incredible. My background has been in graphic design, advertising, and marketing. And I wanted to be able to contribute my design work to the Santa community and hopefully be able to make a product out of it that people would embrace. And really be able to wear to demonstrate to other people who may not be Santas and Mrs. Clauses that we're ambassadors of the spirit of Christmas. And that's really where it all started taking off. I've been fortunate to have designed a line of coins every single year that have been wooden coins. And some of you may have these coins, some of you may not, and Actually, there was a Santa who contacted me and asked me to do a special run of coins that I had done almost 4 years ago. So I contacted my woodworkers and I said, if we could run a special, kind of a special edition, limited edition of these coins that we ran 4 years ago, is that going to be an issue? And he said, oh yeah, not an issue at all. So basically they had kept the artwork for me. So my setup time was minimized, but we ended up running this limited edition piece, which has Santa Claus on the front, and it has Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So 4 years ago, I kept it pretty basic. And on the opposite side is a crescent moon and a reindeer, and it's surrounded by snowflakes. Well, when I started doing the snowflake idea, I was like, why don't I change the snowflake up every single year? And instead of the word Santa Claus on here, why don't I put an inspirational message that could only be one word? So I've gone through 3 years of doing that. And last year, we created the Inspire coin. And of course, it had a different snowflake. And that kind of became our main focus. And there's a whole story behind the snowflake. There's a whole backstory behind the word that we put on the coins. And basically what's really interesting is not only the children get engrossed in the story, but the parents get engrossed in the story. And it's amazing that this 2 1/4 inch piece of wood that's 1/4 inches thick has so much heart and longevity to it that I have children year after year after year that bring their parents back to visit me and get their new coin. So this year, and actually that Inspire coin was actually brought about by the pandemic. There's a lot of people that say, wow, there's some terrible things that happened during the pandemic. I happen to know of a lot of positive stories that came out of the pandemic, and this was one of them. And the entire story around the whole Inspire coin was, through giving of the coin, I hope to inspire that same gift of giving, not only just during Christmas, but throughout the year. And the message behind that is based on, presents are a great thing, and it's great to receive presents, but it's also great to receive accolades from your friend or somebody who might be feeling down. And it could be, the gift could be just a reach out. It could be a handshake. It could be a hug. It can just be a word to bring somebody out of their own darkness that they're experiencing or their own troubles that they're experiencing. So the coins, to me, they have a huge meaning, and I enjoy doing them every year. And I challenge myself to make the coins better every single year. And this year, because it depends on where you are in the country, where you are in the level of pandemic, I kept thinking, so we did the word Inspire last year, and I thought, wow, let's create joy. The world needs a little more joy.
Yes, it does.
And I'll tell you what we do as Santas and what the Mrs. Claus does and what the elves do in bringing that spirit of Christmas to the children. I just sensed from a lot of these children that I spoke to last year that we needed to create more joy in the world. So that's how the elves and I got together, and we decided joy was going to be our word. And of course, this year there's a totally different snowflake on it, and it's a different design. And I can't wait to give these coins out. I'm very fortunate that the resort that I'm going to be working at this year has bought about 500 of these coins. So we're going to be giving these coins out at my sitting at Margaritaville. And then I took it a step further. There was a company that reached out and contacted me and said, hey, listen, we've bid on your coins for years and years and years. We'd like to make some coins for you. And we talked about it and we negotiated a price. And that's how we came up with the gold coin. And if anybody out there has ever made challenge coins before, this is actually kind of large for a challenge coin. It's 2 inches in diameter, but it's gold plated, and it's the exact same coin as the Joy coin. And sorry for all the light on the coin, but these things are so bright and shiny. They're amazing. I actually ran into a really good friend of mine, a veteran, and I saw him this past weekend, and I didn't even know he was going to be at the art festival. And I kind of walked up to him and said, hey man, hey Charlie, how you doing? And I said, hey, I got something for you. I said, you've been so kind to me. And I gave him this coin, and he had a challenge coin in his pocket already. And he took the challenge coin out and he goes, this is going to replace the challenge coin that I have now. And I was like, well, you don't have to do that. He goes, no, he goes, you have no idea how much this means to me. So, you know, what's really amazing is it doesn't matter the number of designs that I have on shirts or jackets or all the wonderful stuff that I did this year. And honestly, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't get the support of the community that's out there, because without that support, I wasn't going to be able to continue this dream of mine. And I'm glad that there's so many people out there that have accepted Sleigh Driver Apparel Company, have become part of the brand, and have become brand ambassadors. I have a lot of people that send me pictures of all the clothes that they're wearing and talk about their experiences and those kind of things. And I think, sorry, kind of get a little choked up about this, but man, I love this community. I love being able to be with you guys and listen to what's going on a weekly basis. And even if I don't catch them, I watch the reruns or the videos that have been recorded. And I think it's necessary. I think it's absolutely necessary. I think there's a lot of truth in this area of the community, and I appreciate that. I think there's a lot of different avenues that a lot of people can go to get educated and be who we are. But I really, it's kind of funny, you know, being in this. I've been doing this for 11 years, and there are other people that have been doing it for 30 years, and I still hear people who have been doing this for 30 years say, wow, you know, I learned something new I can add to my repertoire. And I just find that fascinating. And being a creative individual, getting to work with like guys like Courtney, I mean, wow, Courtney blows my mind, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to give him some big kudos, but man, I've fallen in love with that dude, and the work that he does inspires me to do even more work and raise my bar even higher. So I think, you know, as far as stuff coming around next year, I'm going to give November and December a rest for Sleigh Driver Apparel. I'll still be selling material online, but I'm going to give it a rest so I can kind of conjure up new ideas. I'm kind of looking for the feedback from the children and hear what their stories are, and maybe try to incorporate those more into my design work for next year. So again, I appreciate the opportunity being with you guys. You guys work hard at doing this. This is not easy to do on a weekly basis. And certainly for Angela stepping in and helping out, you know, I think it's just wonderful. So again, thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for allowing me to be a sponsor, and hopefully I'll jump back into it when you guys get started up next year too.
Oh yeah, looking forward to that. You know, we were at the right place at the right time to kind of get this show started and nurture it up to where we are now. I always say you're only as good as the folks you surround yourself with, and that is so true in this industry. It's everything. And very well said, Derek. We appreciate everything you've done for us. Angela, if you could, I know we don't that we wasn't going to bring John Shuey in for a little bit longer, but let's go ahead and bring him into the studio with us. He's been sitting backstage, and John, we're going to go ahead and bring you in instead of keeping you back here in the green room, although it looks like you're still in the green room.
Well, hello and Merry Christmas early to you all.
Yeah, so if you'll just hang with us, we've got a few more episodes to go through before we get to the episode that you was featured on. But just hang tight with us and be part of the show with us. And at this point, we're going to move on to episode 7, and we're trying to get through these as quick as we can. We know this is going to be a fairly long show, but stick with us, guys. Episode 7 was always one of my favorite interviews, Mrs. Gina Bacon of Nationwide Santas, and we've got a video clip from her and her girls.
Hi there, Gina Bacon here with Nationwide Santas, along with Tony Bach and Laura Bendall. And Santa! Congratulations to Sat Bob's Live for a successful 2021. Your inception is a groundbreaking and innovative way to connect and educate the Santa community. I am so proud and honored to be part of this illustrious group. My hat's off to you, Bob McMasters, Barry Cummings, Spangle, Angela, Ron McLam, and Gordon Bailey, all of your past guest hosts, and to all the viewers. Nationwide Santas would like to wish everyone a healthy, happy, and ho-horrific season. And now for the entertainment part. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Everyone! He's making a list, checking it twice. Well, maybe my staff doesn't like to sing like I do, but they're a great staff. So if you happen to call us and you can't speak with me, Tony here is probably the person you're going to be speaking with, and Laura here. We also have Kelly, Julie, and Raylene who are not here today. Thank you everyone for a great year. See you next time.
Always entertaining.
Always. She is so much fun, bubbly. Just love her to death. Okay, Derek, next segment's yours.
All right. Hey, episode 8 and 16 of Tuesday Night Live actually had each person on separately, but performing together, and both shared some of the best tips and advice as a performing couple. So let's welcome Santa Carlucci and the Jenny Lynn video.
Okay. Hey, let's give a call out and shout out to Bob McMasters and Sat Bob's.
Barry and Angela.
Yeah.
Hi, you guys.
Hey,
Merry
guys.
Christmas.
Hey, sorry we couldn't attend that meeting tonight, but we're traveling. So we figured we'd give you a little video of saying thank you for giving us the opportunity to see all you guys and to give those shout outs. Of course, Jenny Lynn was a great,
Thank you so much.
she helped all those Mrs. Clauses out with all of her information.
You're too kind.
No, you did it. And I helped out with those Santa stuff, But what happened is I wanted to give a last minute opportunity for guys that are in the process of getting ready for their season to know that I have a bunch of props available on that North Pole Emporium. My famous boxes that have the fairy dust in them, that's the Steve Gillum opportunity. You got to look at Steve and say, hey, Steve, a great opportunity to show what makes all the Santa stuff work. And I got the small box as well. The small box is available as well. That's got all the various fairy stuff in there.
Can't
right?
have Christmas without red fairy
Right.
dust.
And of course, we have Naughty Nice books. I have the reindeer harness. That's a great opportunity for photos with all the children. You get an instruction sheet with all these opportunities. And of course, the famous Santa whistles. These are the whistles that are made from Rudolph's first antler. Has the magic flying dust in the top of it. A great prop to talk to the children about.
And we have the snowflake
And
scarf.
of course, Jenny's always wearing those beautiful scarves that we have available as well.
As we're going to be increasing more of our Mrs. Claus wear for every day, as well as for your special visits.
Right? You're going to have some options for accessories. right?
Absolutely.
Right. So look, we love to stay longer, but I know you got more people you got to talk to tonight.
I'm so
Got to go,
excited.
everybody. Hey, enjoy your season, everybody. Good luck. Stay healthy. And we'll see you sometime next year. Nice
Merry
seeing you.
Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Santa Carlucci and Jenny Lynn, for that. Well, episode 10 was one of our favorites. It was also our furthest distance away. We had Isa joining us from Jerusalem, Israel, in the Holy Land, where he's the Jerusalem Santa, the only Santa Claus in the Middle East. He had several stories that he shared with us, and who can forget that camel he rides named Joy. That was very special from the Holy Land there. Episode 11, we had a great guest. We had Phil Pierce. He's the Santa at the Incredible Christmas Place in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I was on location up there that week. He's worked on several different TV shows along with stars and theme parks, and had some fascinating stories. Bob?
Yes, he does. And the one thing about that I took away from the Isa interview most of all was him recreating the steps of Jesus each year. Boy, that just, as a term that Derek used a while ago, just blows my mind. How cool is that? Okay, episode 12 was a very interesting episode, really one of our most watched episodes. That was the Hall of Fame Santa Cliff Snyder. And again, many folks' favorite.
Episode 13 saw us doing a very popular Santa interview with Felix Estridge, who held the chair at Neiman Marcus, their flagship store in downtown Dallas, for decades. This year he's having to set out the season because he's taking a different job. Episode 14, we had Cherry Hill Program's job fair with Ruby Wright and Becky Gilstrap, their talent recruiters. Hey, they were able to play several Santas from that show and the chairs across the country. We appreciate them for doing that.
Yes, they was. Episode 15 was a two-part show from Branson, Missouri. That was during the School of Santas back in July. Me and Mrs. Claus was on location. I got to go up on the stage, set up, and actually do the show live there on location and in the classroom. And Spangle and his photographer and renowned photographer that does a lot of photo work, Jessica Rosa, was on the show. The second half of the show, we brought Ruby and Becky back in from Cherry Hill as a follow-up because they had some extra jobs they had picked up.
Episode 17, we had another great show with Santa Rex Ray and Darlene Ray of Little Darling's Creation. It was so much fun and informative. Rex and Darlene are just wonderful together. They're a cute couple, and they're very experienced, and they're always willing to help others at the drop of a dime. We appreciate y'all for that, Rex and Darlene.
Ho, 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 ho. Hello, hello, hello. This is Santa Rex Ray.
And Darlene from Little Darling's Creations.
And man, we are so sorry we couldn't join you live tonight. We're coming to you from a many photo sessions we're doing during the month of October. But we did want to send this video so that we could say hello. Thanks to Bob, Barry,
And Angie.
for having us on the Tuesday Night Live show on Sat Bob's Live. And we're wishing all the guests and everyone who tunes in every week a safe, joyous, healthy, and happy season this year. And hopefully we'll see you all come January again on the Tuesday Night Live Sat Bob show. Ho, 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 ho! Goodbye and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Rex and Darlene. Episode 19, we had Mr. Thomas Carmody on, and he's always one of those performers with such a widespread of stories and experience. Tom is also a longtime officer with IBRBS and is one of our show sponsors. Thank you so much, Tom, for believing in us. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Episode 20, we saw a return of Gina Bacon. This time she brought along her sister. So we saw in that video earlier, Tony Bach, and she gave us some updates on new jobs and gigs and announcements. Episode 21, we had John Shuey of Santa America, and everyone, please welcome live back to the show, Santa John Shuey. Thank you, John, for being with us and being patient. Can you fill us in on things, how things are going with Santa America?
Well, thank you, Barry and Bob. I really appreciate you having me on tonight. Things are going a little crazy, as you might imagine. It's getting close to that time of year. We're getting a lot of requests around the country that we're trying to get filled. Doing our best with that. But as you all know, this is not the way it used to be. So we're struggling in some areas, but we're working through it. And I think it's going to be a good year, certainly an improvement on last year. We're filling in where we can with video, Zoom calls, but we're trying to make as many in person and some still socially distanced calls. But that's how it's going. But I just wanted to kind of challenge everybody this year. We're more active this year, and I don't just mean Santa America, but all of the Santas seem to be more active this year than last. The children and families that are really struggling seems to be a lot more than we've had in the past. If you can, if you're able, go out of your way to help one more family than you normally would. It will mean a lot to them, and frankly, it'll mean a lot to you. So that's my challenge, but God bless you all. Merry Christmas. Please stay safe and stay healthy.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, and thank you for all you in Santa America do.
Yeah, I agree with you about the world is in disarray right now. Not only COVID, but a lot of families are struggling financially and otherwise. And we thank you again for everything you do. And I have a question for you. How are you feeling, John?
I'm sorry?
How are you feeling personally?
I think I'm physically past all of the issues. So yeah, I'm doing all right. But I got to tell you, it's given me some downtime to do some reading. And I've been doing a lot of reading about trauma and how it affects children in particularly, and it affects brain development. And it's scary. So, that's another suggestion. Read what you can about trauma and brains of children. And try to lighten the load on children and families every chance you get.
Yeah, great message there for sure. Do you have to go, or do you want to hang out with us throughout the show?
Yeah, I've got something else going on in the background I'm going to need to go take care of. So
okay,
thank
sounds
you for
great.
having me. Merry Christmas to everybody. Keep up the good work. God bless you.
Merry Christmas,
God bless
John.
you. God bless you for everything you do. Thank you again for coming on. Thank you for being with us. And we'll catch up with you next season on some updates and see how the season went.
Sounds good.
Thanks,
a
John.
lot. Bye-bye.
Derek?
Well, episode 22 of Tuesday Night Live had Mitch Allen back for Higher Santa updates. And episode 23 was again a return of Ruby and Becky.
That brings us to episode 24, and that was the show that wasn't. We were supposed to have Greg Wood on the belt maker, and he had to cancel at the last minute. That left Barry by himself. Well, you say, why? Where was I at? Well, Barry explained elegantly that I had been sick, and it was documented through the couple of weeks leading up to that show that I hadn't been feeling well anyway. My daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter took me to the hospital that night because I had just felt like I had fought COVID to the point that I couldn't fight it anymore and needed some help. Spent about 5 hours in the COVID emergency and got sent home to recover. They had no beds. They were stacked up, people everywhere. My wife, my lovely wife, was one of the ones that actually got admitted. She was in her 13 days with COVID pneumonia. We've all fully recovered over here, and just praise the Lord. It's not fun, believe me.
That was by far the toughest show I ever had to do because I really thought I was going to be losing my buddy and his wife, man. I knew y'all were sick, and that was tough. Glad you're doing much better, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Episode 25 was one of our season favorites by our viewers. With experience and knowledge that this man shared, it was Santa Randall Checker Lee. He's a Santa and magician. He showed us a few of his tricks and props that he has. And now here's his video.
Well, hello, everybody. It's Magical Santa Randall here. I just wanted to say hello to everyone and to thank everyone who joined us on Sat Bob's Tuesday Night Live. So many incredible interviews all year long. I was very, very thankful and very proud to be able to be part of one of the shows. Oh, you guys were wonderful. I learned so much throughout the year by all the Santas and Mrs. Clauses, and of course the agents that were there. Learned, laughed, oh my goodness, about the stories, and even there was some tears of some very touching moments. Just wonderful. It was an incredible year on Sat Bob's Tuesday Night Live, and I really personally have to thank Santa Bob, Santa Barry, and Angela the Elf. You guys do a fantastic job putting the show together, and everybody else that was connected with it. I hope everyone has had a fantastic time watching. And don't forget, 2022 is right around the corner. It'll be here soon. So from Magical Santa Randall to each and every one of you, I want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. And especially stay safe and stay magical, everybody. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. Be good. I'll see you next year.
Randy's always fun. He's so enthusiastic, and he mentioned everyone that's associated with Tuesday Night Live. At this point, I just want to say thank you to Scott Saratine and Santa Ron McLam, our good friends and brothers, and we wouldn't be where we're at now if we hadn't had them help us get started and get us to the point until they left the show. It was unfortunate, but we still love them and wish the best for everyone. And so that brings us to episode 26. Episode 26 was Greg Swick, and he blew us all away with his knowledge and expertise of the OBS green screen technology. His virtual set and the layout was fascinating to me and to many to see from the back scene view, and him explain the whole setup in detail, and how he had even developed the different backgrounds that he was using, and was so helpful to so many. Another Tuesday Night Live top show, and we received so many messages about Greg and praised him. I think the one thing I took away from Greg was how small of an area he was working in. And I know Derek's studio is kind of small too, and that you don't catch that when you see the backgrounds, and the depth looks really a lot further away, especially in Greg's. And so anyway, on to the video.
Hello. And I just want to thank you very much for having me as a guest. I really enjoyed it. I hope some of the people that watched what I do up here at the North Pole and how I work with my video and my virtual setups to put on a nice visit for the children. Again, thank you, Bob. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Angela. Thank you very much. And I wish you the most merry, merry, merry Christmas. Take care and enjoy. Can't wait for next year. Goodbye.
You will be.
Wow, just wow, incredible. I tell you,
Oh, cool.
Greg is head and shoulders above the rest of us. And like we've said before, it really blows us away. Courtney in his movie making that he does from the North Pole, especially documenting the big sleigh build, was phenomenal. Those two to me are the top leaders. And as Derek put it earlier, such an inspiration to us all. Really, really.
And speaking of Santa, Courtney Lofton, episode 27 was a return and an update on all the new projects in the shop. He showed us the new video of building the miniature sleigh model of the big sleigh. So that was really cool, and updated us on the Red Sled Foundation. Just a quality human being in person, and just an excellent Santa. And thank you, Courtney, for believing in us and all you do for us in the show.
Well said. Thank you, Courtney. Episode 28, we had Joel Legrone, who gave us an insight on how he and Darla, Mrs. Claus Dallas, performed for the Dallas Cowboys owner and family, and the importance of working with Mrs. Claus.
All right. And episode 29, that was our Halloween costume show, or we should say party. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. Our first ever virtual costume party for the Red Suit community. Hey, and we had prizes awarded by judges Spangle and Daisy May and stuff for Santa. Thank you, Spangle and Daisy May, for those. Thank you to the participants who took the time to be contestants. Congratulations to all the winners. Great job, and a bunch of creative costuming.
That's right. And our grand prize winner was no other than Scott Parker, and we have a short video from him.
Well, hello, everyone. Thanks for having me on the Sat Vibes Live final show of the season. Congratulations on your first season. You guys did a wonderful job this year. I've enjoyed it every time I've watched you guys. I've learned so much. You've had great guests. Glad to be a part of it. Thanks for having me on the Halloween show. It was so much fun. A lot of fun to dress up. There were so many great costumes. I'm looking forward to going to Spangle's School of Santas in Branson. I know it's going to be a great time. We're going to have such a wonderful time. It's going to be so cool. I'm excited. There are a few of the Santa by Parker buckles left. Get in contact with Spangle or Bob McMasters through the end of the month. They're still running free shipping. They're here. They're ready to go. Want everybody to have one. I think they just turned out wonderful. These guys are just phenomenal silversmiths. It's a keepsake that you'll pass on. But once again, thanks for having me on the show. Love you guys. Everybody have a wonderful Santa season. I'm looking forward to mine here in Illinois. I'm going to miss Texas, going to miss Bass Pro Shop, but we all have to move on and do what we need to do. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Like I said, have a great season. Thanks for having me on the show. We'll see you guys.
Thank you, Scott. Scott has been with us every week as a viewer from show 2 all the way to tonight's show. And his video wasn't that good of the buckle. There's so much detail in this buckle. And again, the video, the pictures does not do it justice. We have 13 of these left. And so if you're interested in getting one, they are a high-end buckle. They go for $299 until the end of the month. That was the pre-order special, and free shipping comes with that to the end of the month. 13 left. They are numbered. So number 13 was taken. We've got 12 open and 14 up open, I believe, is what we have left. But anyway, so that brings us to episode 30. Episode 30 is tonight's Send Off the Merry Christmas Season ending show. And at this time, I want to take a moment just to what I'm calling my closing statements for the year. We all must make tough decisions in life. These decisions can impact our lives forever. You look at the options in front of you and take into consideration the pros and cons and make the decision that is best for you and those around you. Did you make the right choice? Well, only time can tell. Going forward, be the best you can be. Put your heart and soul into every choice and enjoy what the Lord has afforded you. Count your blessings, not your sorrows. Looking back this year, the decision to start the Tuesday Night Live show was the right choice. Was it scary? Heck yeah. But it has by far turned into one of the greatest blessings for all of us here at the show. And I think from the comments that we've heard from many of our viewers. Thank you so much, everyone.
Well, mark this down on your calendar. Season 2 will be beginning January the 11th, 2022. And join us for our first Tuesday Night Live show of the year that day. We'll have a number of, we already have a number of great guests already lined up, and we want to see each and every one of you join us in the new year. My closing statement is just thank you for believing in Bob and myself. It's been a blessing being here with you each week. Just like I shared in one of Santa's point of view, be passionate, be committed, and take ownership of that. And what I mean, be passionate about what you do, love what you do. If you love what you do, it's not a job and that's not work. There's going to be a lot of long hours. That first kid deserves to have a great Santa, just like that last kid that may be number 300 or 400 in line. Be passionate, be committed to be better, a better person, better Santa, be better in my home, be better in my community, and one heart at a time, and work on that and take over the world that way. And then ownership of being better, reflect back on your performance. Hey, what could I do better? What did I do good? And I take ownership of that. And again, thank you for believing in us and being with us. We've helped you some and shared some great tips with you this season. Had some wonderful, wonderful guests here on the Tuesday Night Live show. Thank you for all those. And again, I'm just thankful, Bob, for you and your family's health, that we're very sick and you're back healthy again, and just glad for that. And I know we've lost some in the red suit community this year. We've also shared in some joy in the red suit community this year. So just prayers go out to all those that's lost loved ones.
Derek, any well wishes on the season or parting words and encouragement of 2022? You're so great with encouraging words.
Man, I appreciate that. I'm gonna take a real quick reading of something that I posted earlier, and I hope everybody got a chance to see it. But basically, it's an excerpt from "Is There a Santa Claus?" And it goes like this: "Yes, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist, and you know that they abound and give to your life its highest beauty and joy. Alas, how dreary would be the world if there were no Santa Claus. No Santa Claus? Thank God he lives, and lives forever, 1,000 years from now, nay, 10 times 10,000 years from now. He will continue to make glad the heart of childhood. To every single one of you, all the Christmas entertainers, the Mrs. Claus, the elves, the people who work in the background, who are never on the foreground, to all of us who help make us better people, better Santas, and certainly create larger hearts for each and every one of us. I hope joy fills the world this year. I hope we're part of that. And I encourage everyone to find that moment to be able to share that joy with each and every one that you come in contact with. God bless every single one of you.
Thank you, Derek.
I just want to say thank you to all of our guests, our viewers, our sponsors. I want to wish y'all a very Merry Christmas and a safe season, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Have a great season, y'all.
Thanks for all your hard work, Angela.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, we can't do what we do without you behind the scenes there. And thank you so much for stepping in and stepping up there, Angela. Do a great job.
Yes, she does. I'm very proud of my daughter and my son, and my granddaughter, son-in-law, and daughter-in-law. And of course, always Mrs. Claus, my wife. I am who I am because of her. I was really worried there for a while when she was sick and in the hospital. Season 2, January 10th. Don't forget to catch us on Monday for the Bob and Barry Live preview show. Derek, man, we want to thank you for coming on the show and sharing your wisdom with us all. Most of all, a very heartfelt thank you for your graciousness in being a supporter and major sponsor of the Tuesday Night Live show. As Barry has said, believing in us means everything. You never know the impact that you have, or if you're really making a difference, and I hope that we have. Here's to you and Kim's continuing health and success with Slay Driver Apparel Company for 2022. Love you, brother.
Love you all. And
Derek, again, thank you on behalf of my co-host, Santa Bob, Melf, Angela, as well as myself. Just remember, we're proud to call you friend and brother, and we're really looking forward to having you back with us next season. Hey, can we take a minute, if y'all would? Let's have a parting prayer here before we go, okay? Y'all join me in prayer. Everybody out there. Dear Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for many blessings, Father. I thank you for this Red Suit community, and I just pray right now that you'll be with all the people that's watching this broadcast and those that can't be with us tonight that might watch us on replay, Father. I pray for all the Santas and Mrs. Clauses and elves out there, set managers and set personnel, Lord, this upcoming season. I pray it be a joyous and healthy and merry Christmas season. I pray it's safe for everyone. Be with those that's sick, Lord. I know we've lost some in our community this year. We shed tears with them and may mourn with them, Lord. And I pray that you just bring comfort to their hearts, Lord. Thank you for those that you've healed. Just continue to use each and every one of us to the benefit of your kingdom. And most of all, thank you for that gift of love that you sent your son, Jesus, to die for our sins, Father. And continue to give us willing hearts to share, and that we make a difference one heart at a time, not only in children's lives, but for the kingdom, Father. And these things I pray in Jesus' precious and holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Barry. That was fantastic.
Well, please remember to share and invite others to both of our Facebook groups. You can find us at Santa and the Business of Being Santa and Sat Bob's Live. Your viewers help build our future for 2022, which allows us to continue to teach and share. Thank you for that. Reach up there and give us a like, because every time you do, it helps others to see our broadcast.
That's correct. Thank you all for your support of our live broadcast. And remember, you can catch recorded replays of season 1 of all our Tuesday Night Live shows and the Bob and Barry Show on the Sat Bob's Home Group, Santa and the Business of Being Santa, and Sat Bob's Live. Okay, so guys, I've tried to keep it together all night long. This is really tough. I know we're going to be coming back in a little over 2 months, but it's been such a great ride. Thank you all again. Remember to join us on our for our next Tuesday Night Live Season 2 opener, January 11th, 2022, for the Tuesday Night Live show, 7 p.m. January 10th, Monday, for the Bob and Barry show. That's 3 p.m. Central. Same Claus time, same Claus channel. Derek, brother, thank you so much. Barry, love you, man. Love you both. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Ron McClam. Thank you, Scott Saratine. Thank you, Spangle Days, mate. Gosh, thank the whole world. Thank everybody. I just love being alive and I love helping. And thank you so much. Till next time.
Thank everybody.
Thanks for coming with us, and it's been a great ride. God bless.
Thank you. We love you, and we do this because we care. God bless you.